It is a question of when, not if, Ruben Amorim will become the sixth permanent United manager in 11 years, as the talks between him and Manchester United are done. Talks between Manchester United and Sporting Lisbon are nearly done, as we get an update now suggesting that it is now final talks now concerning his backroom staff. That is what is going on. For him, the personal issues have been sorted. Question is, what is going to happen when it comes to his backroom staff? That's where the conversations are ongoing. My name is Webb. Welcome to the United of Sport. It begs the question then that what happens to Rod Van Nistelrooy? That's exactly what I'm here to paint a picture on. Now, let's get it. First of all, we know that Rod Van Nistelrooy and Rennie Hake, together with a third assistant, only arrived at Manchester United about in the summer, just about July, a few months ago. So indeed, they haven't been there for a long time. Ruud van Nistelrooy had options of clubs that wanted him to be their head coach or their manager. He opted to take the offer of joining Manchester United as part of the team that is going to try and rebuild the team. In fact, in his own statements, he said he wants to contribute to rebuilding Manchester United. Now, Eric Ten Hag, the man who was doing that under, is sacked. Question is then, they immediately bring in Ruben Amorim. What then does that mean? Is Van Nistelrooy going to be kept around as assistant? The way it was with Steve McLaren, it happens when new managers are brought, they leave certain guys. It happens sometimes, but there are also managers who trust their generals. Now, Ruben Amorim has proved to be one such manager. He's 39 years of age, but in the few years he's been managing, he has seen success working with the same trusted generals. The two gentlemen, one is 28, that is Adelio Candido, he's 28. The other is 29, Carlos Fernandez. Now, in fact, in his own words, Ruben Amorim one time referred to Carlos Fernandez as his Jose Mourinho if he is Bobby Robson. That Carlos Fernandez is then his Bobby Robson, rather his Jose Mourinho. You know that Jose Mourinho was mentored by Sir Bobby Robson. So it shows you that this is a trusted guy. He's a guy he wants to mold. He has nurtured him in the success they had together at Praha that saw him in just less than a year as manager in the top flight of Portuguese football. Sporting Lisbon saw it fitting for them to pay 10 million euros to price him out and his entire backroom staff from Braga to join Sporting. And what did that do? It delivered Sporting Lisbon's first Portuguese La Liga title in 19 years in his first season in charge. He just turned things around instantly, consistently playing the same formation. And I'll talk about that formation in detail, probably in my next video about him, maybe. But Ruben Amorim clearly is a manager who, first of all, plays a different style of football, interesting football to watch, plays a back three. In their last game, the 3-0 win they had, again, played the same back three that has consistently been beating people, showing you how expansive, how fluid, how entertaining he can be as a manager. Now, he would certainly love to work with these guys, and probably these are things clearly you want to first agree with if you're a manager with whoever is trying to employ you before you go into an agreement to sign the contract. You certainly want to know whether you're going to maintain your guys. But you see, the reason why I believe he has got to be allowed to work with these people is because the formation that Ruben Amorim plays is not exactly your usual formation that every manager would know how to use. It's a bit of a specific formation, a unique rather, if I would call it. It's a bit of a unique formation where you want people who have used it before. You will be more comfortable having guys who have worked in it before. This is how I would expect Ruben Amorim to set up Manchester United with most of the players fit, or probably all of them fit. This is how I would personally expect him to set Man United up. First of all, this formation instantly solves the issue of spaces, big open spaces between players, because it's a bit compact. 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3, depending on how you want to break it down. Usually, these two wide players cut a little, come a little bit deep here, just because I used big letters. That's why a little bit like that. That's why it can be a 3-4-2-1, or you can call it a 3-4-3 if you like. But the key thing in this Ruben Amorim formation is the two holding midfielders are always disciplined. They stay there. They don't move a lot. They don't move a lot. They always keep the balance. They form the fulcrum. These two form the pivot of this team. They form the fulcrum on which they spin. So these players then, Malaysia, or rather the wide players, are given a lot of freedom. So you can find circumstances where this player on the right is found this way, this one comes this way, this one comes this way, this one goes this way, or even these two switch. So there's that freedom that you feel has sort of been lacking with Eric Ten Hag. If you don't give some of these players that freedom, you're going to lose something in your game. The flow is not going to be there. Players won't enjoy their football. You want players who will give you that freedom. With Sporting Lisbon, he had Santos here and this young Quenda. There's a 17-year-old kid, Quenda, who played. They are both left-footed players. Imagine. So I'm imagining Ahmad can be here, Malaysia the other side. Fast players who can be able to cut in. Of course, if Luke Shaw is fit, he would be the better one. But personally, I've chosen to just erase Luke Shaw out of my plans for Manchester United. I don't see him as a long-term player of the club, so I can as well drop him from my probable teams because I don't see him there like that. Of course, this can switch depending on how he views Bruno. I personally prefer seeing Kobe playing in the number 10 spaces, but probably he could be the holding midfielder partnering Kobe, or rather Ugarte, because Ugarte, remember, played with Amorim and succeeded so well at Sporting Lisbon before he was bought by PSG for nearly 50 million quid. So you can imagine he's one of the happier players. Just like Ahmad is happy about the departure of Eric Ten Hag, I'm sure Ugarte is happy about the arrival of a manager he worked with before. The back three, the Mazraoui can become Lenny Yoro if the boy is fit. Personally, I feel Lenny Yoro is the better, more complete centre back of all the guys we have. The only thing he doesn't have is experience, but in terms of technicality and skill, physique, I think is better than all we have. But I think this could be a semblance of the back three we could have. Then have your flying left footers, Ugarte and Kobe, discipline the middle. This can change. Ugarte can be with Casemiro depending on how Casemiro performs in training. Then have your two guys playing behind Hoyland, the top guy. Now, this gives you that compactness so that we are not really too stretched. There are no big spaces between our midfielders for the opponent to exploit when we lose the ball. So this is a bit of how he plays. If I can show you the players he had in the last game that they won 3-0 away. Yeah, if I can show you the players he made use of, these are the players he had, and this is the way he sets up his team. So you see the two Braganca and Monta, is it Morita, are more disciplined players than Quenda and Santos, both left footers, flying in from far wide. Then, just ahead of them, these two, Trincao and Goncalves, keep switching between them, but they form a very threatening duo behind Gyökeres. That's why Gyökeres always scores goals for fun. So for me, there's a bit of compactness to that formation, but also the unpredictability of it serves, I think, well for the team. So that's just to give you an idea of the kind of football this man, plays. But most importantly, even before the playing style, that's a bit unique and different. And for me, as a person who, as I was introduced to football as a child, I was playing a back three. I was playing in a back three, more of a 3-5-2. I appreciate that formation because I think it's one formation that shows you a manager who loves good football, but also a manager who knows his game. Because that formation always gives you freedom to switch into several positions depending on different situations in the game. So for me, it's a beautiful formation from him. So that's a bit of the update I wanted to give you today. Give me your 2 cents about the style, the playing style. Do you see Manchester United playing and succeeding, playing with the back three? I think so. But most importantly, I think it's something new and different, and it would give us a whole different identity that we had failed to get under Eric Ten Hag. Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Webb, and I'll catch you later, fam. We are playing against Leicester City tomorrow. I'll be giving you a match build up then. For now, peace, love, and harmony.